Well, this actually leads perfectly into Eric's question. Maybe you can expound a little bit more, because he says, I'm planning to start an allowance for my 6-year-old soon. Any advice on how to do this right and instill the financial mutant mindset in my child?
I'll let you kick off, because those kids are that 6-year-old's closer to you than it is to me and my children.
So man, I'm gonna try to give good financial advice without like dipping into. Well, he asked for experience, so I'm gonna share like mine and my wife's our thoughts on this. First, what I want you to do though is subscribe to the channel if you've not done that, so that way you can hear all the parenting advice that we want to share with you. What we've decided is that there are certain things that are just like a prerequisite of getting to live in our house, right? Like as part of living here, there are certain things that you're expected to do. My one daughter has to unload the dishwasher. My other daughter has to take out the trash. They have to, make their beds, clean their room, do that kind of stuff. So I'm not so much giving an allowance for that, but what we said is, hey, if you want to take on additional responsibility in the house, that would be valuable to your mother and I. And when something is valuable to us, we're willing to pay money for that. So we're going to exchange our dollars for a service that you can provide. So if not only you take out the trash, but you actually wheel the trash can out to the street, or if you, fold laundry, even when it wasn't part of the chores that you had to do that week, we do start to give them money for that. And then every time we give them money, we always have a conversation around, hey, when we get this money, what are the 3 things we can do? And it's just kind of becoming rote memory for them now. We can give, we can save, we can spend. We do all 3 of those things, and we walk them through how to go about making that decision. Because we want them to understand that there's also something tied to, hey, if I work hard and I do a little bit more and I put in a little bit extra, then I can receive value, I can get money from that. But not just doing the bare minimum, not just doing the basics. We want them to understand that there's like a basic level of, getting to live rent-free in our house that's required of you to be a contributing member of our household. Is that fair? Was that good?
No, I think it is, and I love the give, save, spend. I will tell you, because I'm always very transparent to you guys, I tried to do with my oldest an allowance. It never really took. It just because it now don't mishear me. It's more on the parents and the fact that we said, hey, we're going to start an allowance, and she just wasn't at that time when she was younger, specifically like a 6-year-old. Money just didn't do it for her. She wasn't. It just wasn't something that was connecting really. So I think every child, as we know, as much as if you have a great child, you think that you've got this all figured out. Don't worry. Your next one will humble you on how a lot comes in the recipe that's already kind of cooked in. But so it didn't take very well at that point. We realized we were trying to force something that just wasn't, the aptitude or the interest wasn't there. But we still kept, my oldest, one of the things I'm pretty proud of, and because it reminded me of my childhood, is that we always made her wash dishes. Because we tell her it's because we want her to be part of the whole cooking process, but also it's kind of nice when you make a meal and then you get them to clean up all the dirty dishes. It's a true dividend to being a parent. The other thing is that I think is very valuable, because this is something I started doing my own laundry in middle school. Because unfortunately mine was not a positive experience. I got in a fight with my mom, and then she's like,
"Fine,
do your own laundry," and then I was stuck doing my laundry for all through middle school and high school. For my oldest, we just wanted to make sure she didn't go to college and not know how to do basic take care. So we made her through high school do her own laundry. So that stuff didn't get an allowance. But it was when she started working, because somehow, like I said, it goes in the recipe of the child. She kind of around 14, 15 years of age started getting interested in working, earning her own money, and primarily because she was trying to buy gift cards to some of these online Roblox or what's the other one that kids build all the stuff in. But she was doing all this type of creative video games online, and she needed money to do that. And so we used that opportunity to kind of talk about the whole Minecraft, dollar for dollar matching. Look at you.
Yeah, Bo definitely came up with that.
But we used that as the point to really have those conversations. And I'm happy to say, because now she's 21 years of age,
crushing,
and she's good with money, and I'm very proud of that. And I think it's just that we We met her where she needed to be met. We didn't force it because I don't want you to be disappointed with your 6-year-old or your 8-year-old or your 12-year-old if they just don't seem interested. That's okay. They're kids. You know, it's probably a foreign thing to them to think that they're going to jump out and be really into money at those ages. But you just need to keep your eyes and ears open to when you can be a good parent, have those creative and building conversations to maximize those moments.
I'm just going to this last little piece on because you said something. For your oldest, money was not a motivator early on. One of the things that my wife has done really good with our girls is she's figured out what they value. So she does like this little sticker chart thing or whatever. Earlier on, when they're a little bit younger, they could earn, hey, we're going to have movie night, or we're going to get TV time, or we're going to go get ice cream. So the incentive for the allowance may not actually be dollars, but even if you can just teach them, hey, here's what we can do. If you do all your chores this week, then we're going to, go get ice cream. Or if you do all your chores all month, instead of going to get ice cream, we'll go on a weekend trip. I don't know. You figure out what the motivation is, because even in that, you can teach them deferred gratification. You can teach them towards like setting a goal and working towards it, even if it's not dollars and cents. I very much believe that we can teach our kids how to be financial mutants even before we teach them how money specifically works, because 90% of it is the behavior. And if you can get deferred gratification and that kind of stuff in your kids early, you're likely going to set them up for success.